Every time Mrs. Patricia Hollingsworth goes out, she takes her handbag along. Not that there's anything extraordinary about the handbag. It's full of the usual junk that women's handbags are usually full of. But it has a couple of surprises, too. Because Mrs. Hollingsworth would never dream of going anywhere without her hammer and chisel. She just never knows when she's going to need them. Mrs. Hollingsworth, you see, is a compulsive chiseler. Her neighbors call her Mrs. Chipper. For the past 33 years, she's hammered and chiseled away around Britain and Europe, collecting fragments of monuments, ancient and modern. A sliver of York Minster, a tiny piece of the bridge at Avignon, a chunk from the flower vase from Old Marseille. But how on earth did it all begin?
Well, it started in 1937. When I had a holiday down in Eastbourne. I was on the sea and I saw a sparkling piece of granite, or flint apparently, and just thought I'd like it because it shone in my face. So I went up to Beachy Head and I dug it out. But it was 5 feet, 4 or 8 inches down the cliff, and I'm only 5 feet. So you can imagine what happened. I had to have somebody hanging on to my ankles to get it. But I got it.
And you just wanted it because it was glinting?
I just wanted it, yeah. I've got a piece here of Dartmoor. Now, this piece of Dartmoor nearly cost me going inside. I got over the outer wall, and I dashed across the field to the wall, and I'm sitting down there, chipping away this little tiny piece here. And someone at the back of me said, "And what do you think you're doing?" So I said, "Well, just chipping a piece out of the wall." So he said, "Well, there's a lot of chipping you can do inside, if you like." And I said, "No, thank you, I just want this little tiny piece." And I chipped it out quickly and I dashed off before he caught me.
Now, you were in France on holiday 3 years ago. What bits of historic France did you come sneaking back with?
Well, I have a piece of Notre Dame. That's that piece there. I've also got a piece of the Eiffel Tower. But that, of course, as you know, the Eiffel Tower is made of iron, and this is a piece from the bottom. I'd also like a piece out of Buckingham Palace, but I'm not likely to get that, am I?
I'm sorry, I couldn't go in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a collector of little pieces of stone and granite, you know, from ancient monuments. And I wondered if I could have a bit of Buckingham Palace.
It's a very nice thought, but I'm sorry I can't go in.
Not...
No, I'm afraid not.
Can't I get anything?
No, I'm sorry, no.
Not even a little bit off the floor?
Out here, certainly, yes, help yourself.
Little bit off the bottom of the wall round there? Or a little bit of this here?
Well, how are you going to get it off?
Well, I can just scratch it off. You know,
scratch it off?
Yes, or I could chip it off, but I don't think I'd be allowed to chip it off, will I? No,
I don't think you better had at all.
But I can scratch it off, can I?
No, you'll be getting yourself into trouble if you go around doing things like that.
Just down the bottom there, the little bit of loose that's at the bottom.
No, you better not do that. You see, it's pretty ragged as it is, and you know...
Well, that's what I mean. It is ragged, isn't it? It's the only little ragged bit that I want.
No, you better not make it any worse. They'll be getting the atmosphere.
You know, you really will get arrested one of these days, Mrs. Hollingsworth. Do you think it's right that you should go around hacking bits out of our old buildings?
Well, I'm not doing any harm. I don't consider I am anyway. I mean, the buildings are falling down in any case, the ones that I chop pieces out of. And then again, I don't take big pieces, just tiny bits.
But what do you suppose would happen if everyone went around doing exactly the same thing?
Well, they wouldn't, because they're not as mad as I am.
Well, how would you feel if people came around chipping bits out of your front wall?
Well, I wouldn't mind if they got as much pleasure out of it as I get out of chipping somebody else's wall.
How do you feel about people who go around carving their initials into old buildings?
Oh, no, I don't agree with that.
Well, you're doing exactly the same sort of thing.
No, I'm not. I'm taking a tiny piece out of the bottom of the wall where nobody notices it. That's the difference. I don't leave my mark on it forevermore.
Bye.